He is a nationally and internationally recognized architect who incorporates innovative and forward-thinking sustainable features into designs that are simple and bold. He designs residences that blend comfort and function with sustainability, and he has designed the first shopping center in the nation to receive a Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design LEED Platinum certification. Today we look into the creative mind of architect Matthew Hufft.
The process really becomes not one of just a job of creating a home for somebody, but frankly it becomes a relationship builder. And at the end of it, typically there's a great friendship that's been formed. And that's pretty amazing to have a job where you're not only building something for somebody, but you're also building a relationship with them. That's pretty powerful. Commercial, I think, is fun because it has a really good potential to impact a lot of people. And take things like the Green Circle Shopping Center, or Andy's Frozen Custard, or R.B. Murray Company. Any of the commercial projects we've done here in Springfield, a lot of people know those projects and they know of what they are and what they're doing as far as the sustainability factor, because they get to go interact with them. And so that's pretty neat and that's pretty amazing. Well, we are at the Curved House. It's basically it's a residence based on a lot about artwork and a lot about light. This is the entrance to the Curved House, which is a really important part of the design. And all of our designs is how someone enters the residence. And so this is a bridge that people walk up and then walk into the house. And as they walk into the house, there's several different windows, layers of glass, with a courtyard in the center that's got a tree inside it. And so, thinking about the experience of entering the building is what this is all about. I honestly feel like I always knew I was going to be an architect. There's kind of a funny story of I found a tape that was in a time capsule that had me talking when I was 6 years old and said I think I wanted to be an ambulance driver or an architect. So I think it's just kind of in my blood and always kind of a known thing. We know that northern light is a certain type of light and southern light's another type of light. And that starts to dictate overhangs and starts to dictate where windows are and where there's solid, where there's void. And then starting to think about the environment and how the house can do things to be a little bit more sustainable. For instance, this house has cisterns and it has solar system for photovoltaics for power and geothermal, and starting to think about the placement. So it's taking all those factors and that starts to form the building. And then from there we start to talk about materials and then that it's really just kind of a step-by-step process of zooming in. I like to refer to it as kind of we start out with a sketch, you're way out. And then you start to talk about floor plans, you start to get a little bit closer, down to the very end when we're doing details of a baseboard. So you start way out here and you just continue to make progress until you get to the point where you're zoomed in to the level you can go. Essentially kind of plays off the curved theme. There's some curved steps in the pool. The pool has rounded corners to soften the edges. That's what's called a tension edge pool. So the water actually has no curve, it goes over and overflows. At night, there's a pretty neat thing with the pool. It's designed to mimic a jar full of fireflies that sparkle, and has fiber optic lights embedded in it. And they go on and off with this amber color, and that's also kind of why the corners are rounded, to mimic that shape of a jar. This is a way to make a home theater a little more open and bright. A lot of times you'll see them, they're in basements without windows, and the reason for that is for sound and for light. But in this instance, we actually wanted to make a wall that moved and opened it up. So for everyday viewing, you didn't necessarily have to be in a dark room if you didn't want to be. So the TV is actually here behind the wall. the pool in the courtyard's out here, and so to watch the TV, you sit behind here, you see the TV, but then you see the pool, and you can watch the kids and that sort of thing while you're watching TV. But if you wanted to transform it instantly into a theater, all you had to do is essentially move this wall, which is, you know, a 16-foot door that's on a track, closed, and you instantly have a blacked out theater. For me, the challenge is truly understanding, you know, how to build sustainably. And as I mentioned earlier, I don't know that I'll ever come up with that correct answer, but right now it is a real issue, I think, with the world. And it's something that I really don't think has been brought to its fullest attention in the general public. And I think that, to me, whether it's, again, a very small bathroom renovation or a huge commercial development, I just want to be continually pushed by clients to find that answer.